which means it's motherfucking go time. Because it's showtime, it means it's go time up in this joint. You know what I'm saying? Showtime means go time. And we are gone off in this piece. I don't know what they gonna do about it. I don't know what they thought they was gonna do with it. Ah, damn, Bush. You're already up in here. G. Bush lied too, so you know, your boy gotta get up in here and do my thug thistle. My boy live, and I got to be live, and we can get this thing popping. Turn this thing down. The music bumping like that, you know. You go over here and see what Bush talking about. Just to check in. I got to see what's popping over here. Okay. We up in here. Bush is live. And we is all live up in this joint. We just getting it popping. All I know is we got it popping. I need to put this up on this other screen. You know what I'm saying? Get the books of the faces up here. You know. Make sure everything is everything. You know? Make sure everything is everything. Oh, that's say it's me. Got the book of the faces up. What's up, chat? I see y'all popping in. T. Smith is in the building. I see you, my brother. But we gonna get this thing popping off because this is the last one. This is the last one. This is the last one. The very last one. You know, so I know y'all got some things to say about some things. But we want to know how. We got to see how it's going to turn out. I got some questions. I don't know if they got answers. But we're gonna pop some things off. You know, my boy getting ready to pop off. We gonna see what he talking about. You figure, deal me?
What can you take from your success, especially in the first half last week, to apply to this week to get one more win?
Just stay the same. Go through your reads, do everything you got to do. We prepare for this, and we're excited for it.
Explain how much Myles Garrett means to this organization and what it will mean for this team if we do go on to see him make history today.
Yeah, Myles Garrett's everything here. You know, he's the life of the team. He's the energy. He is Cleveland, you know, so we're excited for him.
Does he get it done today?
Yeah, he gets it done every week.
Exactly.
Shedeur, it's your last start of your rookie season.
It done what can you every week? You know, you can't be mad at that. He gets it popping all the time. I expect for Myles to get that record today. Should be easy greasy to do what he does. because this doggone Bengals team, they haven't done much to their defensive line is not as stout, and Joe Burrow likes to throw the ball around a lot, so I don't think it's gonna be the game plan against Myles is not gonna be as heavy as it been the last 2 to 3 weeks. So I think Myles gets it done today with no problem at all. Period. You know, I think he knocks it out the park. Actually, but we gonna see what pops off. You know, let's see what let's see what the next coach of the Cleveland Browns, who I suggested should be the next coach of the Cleveland Browns, who is Antonio Pierce. And I thought Antonio Pierce should be the next coach of the Cleveland Browns, but we soon to find out. You know what I'm saying? But let's see what Antonio Pierce had to say.
I think the one thing we've seen improvement with Shedeur. I'm still concerned though with the timing. Me and Damien just talking about this off air. It's speeding up his process, Matt. You know, just getting the ball out your hands.
Yeah.
Like you see it on a good play, you see it. But there's not enough of those good plays consistently say, all right, he's going to be the starter next year. Got to take care of the football, speed up his clock. But the kid has potential, right? He has potential in that position. That's what you're looking for. And depending on what happens at the head coaching position, right? If that stays with Kevin, or unless they move on, then you got the whole Deshaun Watson.
I think this is the most interesting part of this entire discussion is what happens with Deshaun Watson. Because I'm with you. I think one thing Shedeur has shown is he's been very good throwing the football down the field. But what you want to see and what I'd like to see is some more consistency, intermediate and quick game, getting that ball out, being accurate with it. I think that's an area you can improve. I think that's something that with reps, with timing, with discipline, you can get better in those areas. He's shown that. One thing I'd like to see from him, and he's done a really good job of this the last handful of weeks, is his feet have gotten faster. And that's good because I think he was a little too lackadaisical at the beginning. The timing of the NFL, man, you got to be getting those feet up and down. But it's the decision right at the top of the route. A little more anticipation, a little more timing. But I think there's glimpses. But what they do with Deshaun, to me, screams everything. Because in general, follow the money.
Yeah.
That's usually who ends up on the field.
Right.
Even though they've come out and said it was a mistake, that contract was a mistake. But either way, they're still
Amanda. They said it.
They came out and said it. Yeah, the front office, we heard from them.
They did. But going back to...
But they're still living in that.
They are. Yeah,
you have to
you made that bet. You do have to lie in it. But what I will say is you both hit on the critiques of Shedeur, and you both hit on the fact that he has shown promise to where he can play in this league. But going back to your point, Matt, about having that even keel quarterback, that's the thing about Shedeur Sanders that I will always advocate for. High or low, he's the same guy. Whether you love him, whether you don't like him, he is the same guy. So with that potential that you've shown, with the deficiency in your game that, like you said, you can improve on with the right coaching, with the right guys around you, having that type of next page mentality that Shedeur has had through the draft process, through not being the starter, through the highs and lows of becoming the starter, that is what you want to see in a quarterback.
Exactly. That's exactly what you want to see in a quarterback. Those are the things you want Shedeur to do today. I expect Shedeur to ball out today. I don't know about everybody else. It's the last game of the season. Myles is playing for this record. The Cincinnati defense is not that great. So Shedeur should do his doggone thing and do what he's always done, which is show up and show out. You know, them cleats he was warming up in today with them dollar signs all over with. He gonna get them fines. But I know what I didn't do. Y'all know what I didn't do? I didn't pick my doggone sleeper lineup. That's what I didn't do. That's what I didn't do. Apply promo code. It don't even matter. I'll worry about that next time. I did not pick my sleeper lineup. So y'all want to do that with me right now? You know what I'm saying? I need to pick my sleeper lineup. We going NFL, bro. I need the Cleveland-Cincinnati game first. Shedeur Sanders, more or less, a 1.5 touchdowns. Big Pooh, what you got? I got more. And Jamar Chase, anytime touchdowns. 1. Jerry Jeudy, I ain't getting him no touchdown today. Smith, 1.5 field goals, I get him more. Tillman, 23.5 receiving yards, I get him more. Okay, back to the NFL. Top. Bijan Robinson, touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, Indiana playing Houston. That might not happen. Derrick Henry, 89 yards rushing. That might not happen. Tony Pollard, 65 yards receiving. I don't know. I got to get these in and hurry up. Cam Ward, 192 passing yards, plus or minus, more or less. Derrick Henry, 89 yards rushing. Tony Pollard, no. Cam Ward, no. Tyler Show, 232 yards passing, more or less. They playing Atlanta. He should get that. That should be easy. I'm gonna come off of that. Chase Brown, Justin Jefferson, 68 yards receiving. They playing Green Bay. ETN, touchdown, hell yeah. Myles Garrett, more than 1.5 sacks, hell yeah. We got Myles getting 2 today. Dylan Sampson, 38 yard rushing. Nah, we're going to turn this in. Let's turn this in. Let's turn this in. 10 to get 424. All right. Let's do one more. Let's do one more real quick. Dylan Sampson. Aaron Rodgers, 1.5 interception. Bijan, yes. Derrick Henry, yes. Cam Ward, yeah. Tyler Show, yeah. Shedeur Chase. All right. We got 2 entries in before 12 o'clock. We good to go, dog. Ooh, this second one. Ooh, I hit on this second one. Them 7 picks, $10 to make $7.49. We gonna be in the game, dog. Ooh, them was some quick ones too. Them was some quick ones too. Let me get the YouTube TV pulled up. Let me get the YouTube TV pulled up here so we can get it popping. That's all I'm saying. We trying to get the YouTube TV pulled up. We got the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals live in this mother. Oh, we live. We ready to go. We finna get it popping. And we got these picks on deck. So every time we hit one, y'all, if we hit all 7 of that last one, oh, we good. We good. We definitely going shopping. We definitely going shopping. You know, we going to do the doggone thing. We going to do the doggone thing. I'm talking about do the thing, my guy. Let me get these stats pulled up. Y'all know how we get down. And this ESPN stat tracker. Get this game cast pulled up. G. Bush over there going ham. Myles Garrett, I need you to get 2 sacks today, Brody. And we gonna turn up. All we need is to turn up. It's gonna be crazy. If Myles get these 2 sacks, Shedeur go off, and they get a W, it's gonna be hype in here. Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all get in this building and say what's up to your people. You know what I'm saying? Oh. We in G. Bush chat acting up. We just went over there. Stefanski fired on Monday. Yeah, Stefanski fired on Monday. Ain't no doubt about it. Bengals got the ball first and 10. Here we go. Chase Brown running the ball. Did I put Chase Brown on my thing? Did I put Chase Brown on my thing? Let me see my picks, dog. Did I put Chase Brown on my picks? I did put Chase Brown on there for an anytime touchdown. I need Myles Garrett, Tillman, Smith, Shedeur to stand up. They running the ball. They trying to run this ball. Y'all can't let them establish the run. Y'all let them establish the run. That means Myles can't get his sack record because they ain't gonna pass the ball. They're just gonna run the damn ball down your throat all game. And that ain't what you need. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me get these stats on the screen for y'all. Because I'm just over here playing like it's all right. You know, let me get these stats up on the screen so we don't have no problem. I don't want no trouble out of nobody. You got that right, Jenkins. Stefanski should be out of here on Monday. I don't think they fire him today out of respect, but Monday, Black Monday? Oh yeah, he can get the business. But the question is, are they that loyal to Stefanski? Will they hold him because of all that he's done for Cleveland in these last 6 years? Oh, get the sack! I ain't threw it. He threw it. Myles put that thing on him. What's up, Jab? Myles almost had that thing. Joe twisted that ankle. Joe twisted that ankle. And we got the punt. Why the hell did you go? Why you go backwards? Why you go backwards and you had room to run? If you're going to run the ball, run the ball. Shedeur coming out. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, y'all don't need my, y'all ain't ready for my Dak impression. We got the ball at the 5. We should be running the ball. Just give it to Dylan Sampson. I need him to get more. How many more y'all need Dylan Sampson to get on this segment? 38 and a half. I need him to get 38 and a half. He should have just ran the ball. He had the room, but he backed up instead of just running the ball. If he'd have just kept going right, he was gone. He was wide open. Now we got Harold Fanning Jr. out. We ain't got no severe tight end to throw to. Let's see what we do. There we go. There we go. Throw the ball out there. Get the ball out there. Oh, yeah. Y'all didn't know Phantom was going to be out today? Oh, yeah. Phantom's gone. He was done for the season. That groin injury, it's going to take about a month and a half to heal. When you pull that groin like that, I didn't have that injury. I know how bad that injury is. That shit hurt. That shit hurt. Throw the ball, Shedeur. You got him. There you go. There go Tillman. Oh, that ain't Tillman. That's Corley. Okay, Corley, let go. Do what you do. That's how you hit a man wide open on the run on the numbers. Go. He ain't even have to stop running. He ain't even have to slow down. You just put your hands up there and it's going to hit you and you just keep going. That's what you want right there. That's what you want in your quarterback, where your man ain't got to slow down. He ain't got to turn around. Oh, that ball, Shedeur. Yeah, they was trying to go for the deep route. The doggone. Man, that man just got pushed back there like he was a 2-year-old baby. He said, get your ass out of here. Get your behind back there where you supposed to be. But see, that's why you need that left tackle. That's why you need that left tackle. That's a fumble. What up, Shakir? That's a fumble. That's a fumble. He was trying to get out of there, but you got to tuck that thing if you're going to get out of there. You can't run with that thing wide open in your hand. You gotta tuck that thing if you're gonna run it now. You gotta tote that tater up under your arm. But your offensive line getting pushed around like they second graders. Damn, you got a false start again. You gotta tuck that tater if you're gonna run it. You can't hold that thing out in one hand if you're gonna run through a pack of wolves like that, because they all swinging at the ball. There it is. That man moved like 6 times. There you go, right got that tumble. What's up, Nice? What? You welcome. You are welcome for the watch party. You know what I'm saying? We in here. No, when Shedeur's running through traffic like that, he gotta tuck that thing. But the reason he run with the ball out like that, so he can throw the ball when he get ready. But when you running through traffic like that, you gotta throw that ball. You just can't run with it to your outside like that. That ain't no free play. That was a false start. You ain't see all them people jump on the offensive side of the ball. What they doing? Myles wasn't offside. The offensive line jumped. See, Myles went sideways. He wouldn't come inside. But it's all gravy, though. You can give him one. You can give him 1 or 2 miles. You allowed to get offside there now and then. You can go get that thing. All right, somebody make a tackle. That's T. Higgins. You can let him roam free if you want to. You're going to be looking at his shoe bottom because he going to be gone. That's T. Higgins. You can't just let him. It ain't like they got 2 number 1 receivers on their team. It ain't like they got a half a number 1 and a number 1. They got 2 number 1 receivers on their team. They got you're gonna end up in a touchdown. Only way it end up in a touchdown is he throwing a fade to Jamar Chase or T. Higgins in the corner. They might not be able to run it in, but they damn sure can throw it in. I promise you they can throw it in. I told you they can throw it in. I told you they could throw it in. There should be an offensive pass interference for that pick play. That's a pick play. Watch the outside receiver just stop and pick 21 off. That's a pick play. That's a pick play. You got to call that. That's a pick play. You got to call that. I told y'all I watch football for real. No good. All right, Myles, let's go. There we go. Yeah, that was a pick play. I keep telling y'all what we got going on right here. What's G-Buddy doing over there? I know what to say. Hold on. We finna get it popping. We gotta see what's popping over here.
In the first quarter, the Cleveland Browns are down to the Cincinnati Bengals 6-0. Alex Wright got a piece of that football. Alex Wright jumped over the play and got a piece of that football. And this is all set up by a strip sack or a fumble from the Cincinnati Bengals on Shedeur Sanders. Let's get to some of your comments here. Get to it. G. Bush, love you, but make that background Cleveland. Go Browns. Hey, man, they ain't got no what's the names. Hey, it ain't no scenic pictures. Ain't no scenic pictures. What I'm going to do? I'm at it like the bridge. Let's see. Why Disco Drip? Why is Shedeur not doing the cadence? The center is doing his own cadence. I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that. Alexander Gallant, run the football. Run the football. You know, in these type of games, what you're going to have to do is, first of all, when you playing another offense like the Bengals, and they got Jamar Chase, and they got T. Higgins, and they got Joe Burrow, and they got Brown, you got to realize that you can't have turnovers. And you can't have ball security issues, right? So that's one of the first things that I said is if you want to continue, if you want to win this football game, the Cleveland Browns have to play a relatively almost flawless, mistake-free game offensively to keep them in this football game.
Okay. We got to get Bush out of there. We got to get him out of there. We got to get him out of there. We got to get the things back on the screen. You know how we do. Got to get the things back on the screen. Phil Williams. Good afternoon, man. How you doing? We in here. Shedeur gonna be all right, people. I told y'all. If y'all remember what I tell y'all all the time, the first 2 or 3 series, you gotta let him get comfortable. First 2 or 3 series, you gotta let him get comfortable. Yeah, they on TV talking about how Shedeur learns. I told y'all Shedeur learns by playing. Shedeur learns by playing. Look, that's a play they haven't run all season. A pitch play that they should have been running a long time. Remember when I was calling for that a couple of weeks ago when they were playing Buffalo? Man, where the pitch play? You know, where that kind of stuff at? Now they want to run it when they should have been running it 2 weeks ago playing Buffalo, and they'd have been on. Fine, they keep me. That's what I'm talking about. You can't see the game? I got you covered. Just go on the screen, everything we in here. I might need to blow it up a little bit. I might need to blow it up a little bit. He trying to feed Jerry Judy ugly ass. He trying to feed Jerry Judy ugly behind. There we go. We make sure we up on the screen. I told y'all the first 2 or 3 series, y'all gotta give him a minute. Oh, that's a bad punt. That's a bad punt. That's a bad punt. That's a bad punt. You gotta give him a minute. Right now, they just after this next possession, everything will kick in. Damn, I got one done already. And Brown with his anytime touchdown. We done got that one out the way. I think Tyler Shuck gonna get his. Cam looked like he might get his because he almost at 100 already. They should do it going out with a bang. Oh, he gonna sling that thing today now. Selma Johnson, what's up? Shedeur gonna be slinging that thing today. He ain't gonna be scared. Oh, here he go. Yeah, that go that one guy. We was waiting on him to show up. I knew it wasn't gonna be long because he knew I was gonna be live. We knew it wasn't gonna be long before Mr. Santino showed up in the building. See, I ain't even asked where you was this week because I knew your behind was lurking. You didn't want to see Dylan Gabriel later. Yeah, we saw him over there on the bench. He chilling. Where he gonna be for the rest of his career. He chilling. He doing all right. He holding it down. He doing what the grown man do. You know what I'm saying? Somebody wants to be my friend on the Snapchat. Who is that? Okay, we got you on the Snapchat. I don't mind people wanting to be my friend on the Snapchat. It don't even matter. Matter of fact, we need to pop one off right now. So we live up in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Snapchat don't need to send them out. Okay. We need to pop one off right now, you know. Pop one off right now. Oh, there he go. He the one said perfect timing. Yeah. All right, y'all gotta get these tackled now. They fail to realize Shedeur is getting his reps in live action. He trying to fit training camp and mini camp reps into live action. Yeah, that is true. What's up, Miss Kitchen? What's happening? We up in here though. It's just gonna take a minute. It's just gonna take a minute. It ain't gonna take long. See, that's what you gotta stop. See, if you don't stop that, Myles can't get his sack record. If you don't stop the run, that's all they gonna do all game. That now you ain't gotta drop Joe Burrow back and put him in trouble. Because the man getting 6, 7, 8, 9 yards a run. Why would I pass the ball and he doing that? Just back-to-back run, just getting the ball. Somebody get the tackle. See what I'm saying? Ain't no need in throwing the ball. Just swap out running backs every 2 plays and somebody go get it. You know, first and second, you get 5. Another time, you might get 3. Swap him out, bring him in. Now you go get 5. Then you go get 3. Swap him out, bring him in. That's all you got to do is rotate them 2 backs in. Shit. Now it's play action all day. You got Jamar Chase in the background. You know that's play action, dog. You know they not finna hand that man the ball. You should have stayed with him the whole way. Let Burrow have that run, that leak out. I'm staying with Jamar. You gotta know who back there. You gotta know. You see that number 1 on that man? You just can't let him keep running the ball. You gotta stop that run game. Once you stop the run game, then you got him where you want him. We know they gonna play zone defense against Shedeur all night, but you gotta get some runs in. You gotta run the ball. You gotta be able to run the ball when you get it in order to free up your pass game. Because if not, they're gonna be on your head all night long. Somebody get the tackle. You just yeah, but you see him lined up out there. Why ain't nobody over the top of him? You can't leave Jamar Chase out there uncovered, just all by himself. Just don't nobody go get him. You need to find number 1 and number 5 every time you on the field, wherever they at. Wherever they at, that's where you need to be at. That's what I'm saying. Number 1 and number 5 is no matter what you see or where they at, you need to find them. Because if they on the field, they a problem. Tyson Campbell down. Tyson Campbell down. You can't have Tyson Campbell going down. You can't have Tyson Campbell going down. That's one of your best DBs. You need him big time. You traded Newsom for Campbell, and you need Campbell because he is 21 need their help back there. You can't leave him back there by himself. You cannot leave him back there by himself. They need to do some things. You know what I'm saying? They need to run the ball. They need to pass the ball. They need to be able to stop this run. That's what they need to do. They need to be able to stop this run. That's what they need to do. You can't stop the run game, you're going to be in trouble all day because they ain't doing nothing but eating up clock right now. They're running clock like a mug. And with you getting 3 and outs and incompletion, you ain't running no clock. Well, they holding the ball and running clock and doing what they need to do. So you need to be able to stop that. But you got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to run the ball. If you can't run the ball, you're going to have a problem. Do you think Shiloh is going to end up in Cleveland? I don't know. I don't even know if Shiloh really want to play pro ball again. I think he do. But you got to let this season play out and see if he put himself back on the market next year for the free agency pool. Myles on that wide 9. They running the ball, man. There's no need for them to pass the ball. They running the ball every time because you ain't stopping it. And I wouldn't even drop back the pass for what? I would run the ball right now. I would continuously run the ball because the defense can't stop it. Why would I put my quarterback in danger when you can't stop the run game? And they playing a 4-3-3, and they a man. There you go. There you go. Come on. Touchdown. Watch your back. Watch your back. Watch your back. Devin Bush. Devin Bush. Devin Bush. Devin Bush. And y'all talked about Shedeur tip passes. That's Joe Burrow. Say Watson is garbage, but he has to earn the remaining salary. He can earn his remaining salary by being a backup. But Watson, before Deshaun Watson got hurt, Watson was a beast. Deshaun Watson was one of the best quarterbacks in the league, top 3, top 4. I mean, so if Deshaun Watson hadn't got hurt, then you will see. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like Deshaun Watson was trash. Everybody just on that trade because they think that Deshaun Watson didn't live up to the hype because he hasn't been able to play. And he hasn't played the few games he played, he wasn't that good. Then he got hurt. So y'all get Deshaun Watson. Boy, if old Deshaun show up, oh boy, that's all I'm saying. If old Deshaun show up, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Mm. All I know is that was a pick 6, and it wasn't on Shedeur. It was on Joe Burrow, and his ball was batted, tipped up in the air, and it was returned for a touchdown. Well, they acting like Shedeur is the only quarterback that has ever happened to. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. A whole little different. A whole little different when it ain't you. When it ain't your quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Different story when it ain't your quarterback. Sean Watson was a monster. I'm talking about a true monster. All I'm saying is the man was balling. Of course, if it had been Shedeur, they would have, yeah. Oh, special teams gonna be special team. Hold on, don't y'all start special teaming now. Of course, if that was Shedeur's pick six, oh boy, the world would have been upside down. The world would have been upside down if that was who just scored in Atlanta. Oh, Kirk Cousins just threw a pick six in Atlanta. Well, he just threw a pick. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. Oh, they calling it an incomplete pass. The Texans never sorry, even with Watson. I know I had season tickets. Maybe with Coach Kubiak, because we killing it now without Watson. Yeah, I know. I show up down in Houston every now and then to watch a game or two. You know, your boy pop out sometime. I was popping out, but now, you know, on Sundays, I'm completely occupied. So, you know, your boy be in the house on Sundays doing this streaming thing. You know what I'm talking about? You know. But I told y'all they got to stop the run. You got to stop the run. You got to stop the run, man. If you don't stop this run game, say, Thea, you praying that the Falcons win so Carolina can clinch. Well, the Falcons up right now 7-0. Falcons are up right now 7-0. You know. Full scoreboard while we at the break. We got the Falcons up 7-0 over the Saints. Browns over the Bengals 7-6. Packers Vikings over the Packers 3-0. Got doggone Giants up over my Cowboys 6-3. Titans and Jaguars are tied at 7. Colts are up over the Texans 10-6. Houston got the ball and is moving down the field. You know, but the Cowboys are in the red zone, and we finna score a touchdown. You know, Saints got the ball, crossed the 40. They crossed the 40 now. So we gonna see what they do. But that's where we at. But that's where we at with everything. Shedeur got 22 yards passing. He 2 of 4. Joe Burrow is 5 of 7 for 47 yards, a touchdown and a pick. P. Ryan is the leading rusher with 5 carries for 34 yards. Corley is the leading wide receiver and the leading rusher. He got 4 yards rushing and 19 yards receiving. T. Higgins is leading receiving for the Bengals. Sample got 1 sack. Delpit got 4 tackles, and B.J. Hill got 4 tackles. The Bengals got 110 total yards, and Cleveland got 28. They need to do something about that. You got 28 total yards of offense. Wait a minute. But it is what it is. Y'all still in? Oh no, the Cowboys is out. What up, Lisa? You know we up in here. Timeout, Cincinnati. Atlanta wins. Carolina make the playoff because they did win last night. You know, Falcons and the Saints is a true rivalry game. If y'all ain't never been to a Falcons and a Saints game in either New Orleans or Atlanta, boy, that's good football right there. Even though they both sorry as hell, that's a good football environment to be in. I mean, them two teams hate each other's guts, but when they are playing each other in either home city, it's one of the best games of the year to be in. Even if you go to the one in Atlanta, you got plenty to do because Atlanta is a strip club city. If you go to the one in New Orleans, you got plenty of fumble. Fundo. Well, hell, Shedeur might not never get on the field if the defense keep playing like this. See, I got some friends and family that are diehard Dallas fans still. Oh, yes. We go to the D2. We go up there and shut it down, too. I work on Sunday, so I'm listening to you call the game. You welcome, Lisa. That's a fumble, dog. That's 6 points. And the defense is turning up. But we still need to let Myles get his sack or 2. Shedeur might not never get back on the field. If the defense keep playing like this, hell, go ahead and win the game. Do what you got to do. Turn the ball over every time. Go score. You can't be mad at that. If you don't see the field to the second half, you can't be mad. I don't think he was down pitching. I don't think he was down Camaro. I really don't. But I wanted to rewind it and look at it again, but I ain't gonna even do it. I might do it. Let me see. I ain't gonna rewind it and look at it again. I should. But only thing I know is look like the defense got 2 touchdowns on turnover. Shit, defense put you up 7. You know, if the defense puts you up 7, only thing at that point you got to do is be able to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Only thing you got to be able to do is run the ball. I told them the Cowboys hasn't looked good since Tom Landry. See, Thea, we ain't going to do that. We ain't going to do that. Tom Landry? Really? Really? What up, Roger? Really, Tom Landry? And we got 3 Super Bowls since then? Really? You can say we ain't looked good since the 90s, but not Tom Landry. You can even say the early 2000s because they won 3 Super Bowls in the 90s. Early 2000s, we was all right. But ever since then, we've been straight strip club, just ass, just right there. Nope, that's a fumble. He wasn't down. Hold on, Will. Don't be doing me like that. Don't be alarmed that I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm just saying. I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm an Alabama fan. I'm a graduate of Arizona State. So what's your problem? I'm just playing. I'm in here, though. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? And what we do. You can't be. It is what it is, you know. You know, I'm a Cowboys guy because when I started learning about football, right, in my younger age, when I was 6, 7, when I started learning about football, we had moved to Tyler from Fort Benning. We had moved to Tyler. We had moved to Tyler, Texas. So if you moving to Tyler, Texas, the home of Earl Campbell, you got the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Oilers. And since we were closer to Dallas, my dad would take us to Cowboys games. So I get to see Tony Dorsett and them. You know what I'm saying? I get to see them guys play football. You know, I went to a couple of Houston Oilers games, but I became a Cowboys fan. And I've been rocking like that ever since. You know what I'm saying? Nope, every time they get close with Dak, something always happens. Yeah, it's just been like that. But, you know, I just been a Cowboy. It's just been my squad. Since I'm a military brat, and we was always moving. Well, we weren't always moving, but when we moved to Texas is when I got to experience NFL football. That's when I first started playing football. And the team that we gravitated to since we were in Tyler was the Dallas Cowboys. Because I could take a couple of hours and we could roll up to Dallas, go see the game. My dad was in the military, so it was damn near free for us to get in the game. So on a Sunday, it wasn't nothing. My mom and my sister would go to church and they'd hang out because they be in church all damn day. Me, my brothers, and my dad, we get in the car and we in Dallas watching football. You know what I'm saying? So I just was in there. You know what I'm saying? The rival was the Cowboys and the Redskins. Yeah. Back then, when the Redskins was good. That new offensive line player, he ain't no new player. He just sucked like everybody else that's been over there. So it ain't even matter. Cam Robinson ain't on the left side, and whoever over there just sucked. 3rd and 2. How you get Chase that much room, dog? First down, 3rd and 2, now first down. And you drop back, hit Chase on a little out route. You can't do that. That's what I just said. Why you got him out there on the island by himself with Jamar Chase? He don't get beat every time. You got to put brackets on top of him. Jamar Chase just gonna beat y'all to sleep. Y'all, what y'all thought this was? You just can't leave Jamar Chase by himself. You got to bracket there. You got to find 1 and 5 every time you get on the field. You find 1, you find 5. Okay, these are our contains. We make sure we stay on top of these 2. And then you make them beat you with everybody else. New line player came from the Lions practice squad. Well, he looked like he came from a practice squad because he getting beat around out there like he is a practice squad player. Oh, that's a good stop. That's a good stop. That's a good stop. Now, what they gonna do? They gonna try to play action or what? 4th and 1. 4th and 1. You need your front line to do what it's supposed to do. They were trying to get him to jump outside. Didn't work. They were trying to get him to jump outside. We got jab. G. Bush, sometimes blessings come pressed down, shaking together and running over. God, I already told Shedeur, rest, son. I'll handle the troll. You put it in both chats, huh, Jab? Appreciate you, Jab. They are going to have to reset the offense. Yeah. I appreciate you, Jab. You know I do, as always. They're going to have to reset the offense next year. You right, Steve. They're going to have to reset the offense because you got too many problems. See, the biggest thing, everybody is worried about the quarterbacks. That's Cleveland's biggest problem. They've been too busy worried about their quarterback situation instead of worrying about their offensive line situation. Your offensive line should be your first thing. You build a football team from the inside out. You start with your goals, to your tackles, to your tight end. Receivers can be got, But if you have nothing to protect your quarterback, you have no team. The Texas Truth is in the building. Where you been at, youngin? All I'm saying is you build your football team from the inside out. And Cleveland has been so focused on getting the quarterback that they didn't fix everything else that they need to fix. Like, their offensive line has actually aged out. It ain't that you didn't have a good offensive line. You did. From 2019 until now, well, till last year, year before last, you had a great offensive line. But instead of trying to keep their offensive line replenished, they spent all their time looking for a quarterback. You spent that time going to get Deshaun Watson when you should have been building your offensive line for years to come. And Kevin Stefanski and them tore this offensive down because when they got there, they had Baker Mayfield. They had a good offensive line. They had a great defense, but you tore it all down. And now this is what you left with. And that's been their biggest problem. If y'all look at what Philly did. They built their line. They won a Super Bowl. They tore the whole thing down, rebuilt their line, then went and got Jalen Hurts. And 2 years later, they won a Super Bowl. They didn't go looking for a quarterback. There you go. There you go. Dump it off. Get what you need. And that's what they should have did. They should have spent their time building their line. And when they went and got Deshaun, after you got Deshaun, you should have started back trying to rebuild. But you worried about, we need a quarterback. We ain't had a quarterback. Philadelphia Eagles won a Super Bowl without a great quarterback. But you know what they had? A great offensive line. The Ravens won a Super Bowl with Joe freaking Flacco. Flacco wasn't no all-world quarterback, but you know what they had? A good enough offensive line where he could get the ball off and a hell of a damn defense. Man, y'all, DeLone went to the Super Bowl. Jake DeLone went to the Super Bowl with an expansion team. Know what he had? A great offensive line. They wasn't no damn world beaters. Jake DeLone ain't one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. But you know what they did? Know what they had? A good offensive line. The Buffalo Bills went to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row. Know what they had? A great offensive line. Because Thurman Thomas was running through that motherfucker like it was nothing. Their offensive line is ass. Their offensive line is ass. Y'all see that left tackle? Ain't nowhere for him to go. Ain't nowhere for him to throw the ball. What do you mean getting the ball out quick? How quick you want him to get the ball out? Just say, how you can throw that motherfucker? These people be tripping, man. What I'm saying, they saying he need to get the ball out quick. How? How quick you want him to get it out? How do you get the ball out that quick? You say hike and just throw it. You ain't get no route development, no nothing. These people are just ass. Let me see what G. Bush talking about. 'Cause I gotta hear what my partner talking about, because I got to hear how Bush is seeing this game. You know what I'm saying?
LLC, we thank you so much. Well, in that case, they're getting it. You guys stop doing that, jumping in the end zone. People keep trying to absolve Kevin Stefanski about AB hasn't given him anything to work with on offense. Do you realize AB also drafts the defense? Why doesn't Schwartz have the same issue? That's a good question. Why does it seem like Jim? And then Jim Schwartz got a bunch of people out. I mean, everybody out. Ocho Cinco throwing cigars at his TV right now. Mason Graham is one off-season weightlifting program for being a real problem. And you get in that weight room, man. Why Chef? Defense is here. Shedeur game is on the way. Danny Flynn, is Glory of Love by Satara the best song ever? I'm not aware of that. You gotta check that out. Put that on my bucket list. Danny Flynn, we appreciate it.
We're not talking to y'all today. What the hell? I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what they talking about. Can't get the ball out fast enough. They can pull it out. They just got to cut out the bull crap. They just got to get a man time enough to throw the ball. And right now, they know that he ain't got time enough to throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? Shut up, Santino. Santino is back with the hate, ladies and gentlemen. They want y'all to know. Second down and 15, let go. Second down and 6. Third down and 6 now. About 6 minutes and 30 seconds gonna be left in the half when they snap the ball again. Boy, I'm telling you. Here come Myles. They got 2 on him. They putting 2-3 on Myles. 4th down. 4th and 8. They punting again. There you go, right. Tip that ball up. Good defense. The defense playing good today. It's a division game. I'm gonna need you to call. Don't fair catch that one. What they need to do is run the ball. We got a commercial timeout coming. They need to run the ball. Because you got to slow that blitz down. They got to slow that blitz down. They got to stop them from blitzing. Just like they hit them with that screen on third down last time. If you keep doing that and doing an end around, doing some pitches, that'll slow that blitz down. Because right now, they ain't doing nothing but pinning their ears back and coming. So you got to slow them down. You got to get them up off you. You got to make them respect the rest of your offense so they'll slow the hell down. Because right now, they pushing hard on everything and everybody. You can't have that. You know what I'm saying? You got to slow them jokers down. They need to stop whatever they do. Like blitzing you out of the blue. And you need to be able to stop that. You got to be able to stop these boys from keying on your quarterback like that the whole game. And right now, they is at him. And they is at him hard. You know what I'm saying? And you got to get them up off you. You can't let them just blitz your quarterback like that. That ain't good, and that ain't cool. You got to get them up off you. Say the Bengals defense, 68 the weakest link on. Yeah, they know that left side is the weakest side on. Look at you got 4 people on that left, 3 people on that left side. That don't make no sense, dog. You can't even hand the ball off. You can't even run. You can't even hand the ball off. That man handed the ball off, and the man was right there to tackle him. What you supposed to do with that? What are you supposed to do with that? You see they playing man. Judy liked to jump and catch every ball. He was supposed to jump and catch that one. That's where Shedeur threw it, for him to jump and catch it. Judy got to do something. Though. I wouldn't throw him the ball no more. I wouldn't even throw him the ball no more. I wouldn't throw him the ball no more. Because you want the ball when you don't want to get hit. When you're going to get hit, you don't want to catch the ball. It don't make no damn sense. He ain't got no time to throw the ball at all. And then when you do get the time, dudes ain't running their routes. It's just, you throw the ball to Judy where you ain't got to do nothing but jump up and catch the ball. You can't get blew up because they ain't allowed to do that no more. You gonna get hit, yes, but they can't blow you up no more. So just jump up and catch the ball. He just alligator armed the hell out of that ball. And that's a damn shame. I put Jerry Judy ass on the bench. I would. I put Jerry Judy ass on the bench. Hey, you come sit over here beside me. That's what I do. I tell Jerry Judy, hey, you come over here. I make Jerry Judy ass come over here and sit beside me and just have a seat. Don't even worry about it, dog. You just come over here and have 25 seats the way you ain't even got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I put Jerry Judy ass on the bench. Then you wouldn't even have to worry about it no more. Because he don't need to be out there. If he gonna alligator on the ball, if he ain't gonna go for it, what the hell I'm throwing it to you for? Y'all act like Jamar Chase ain't no real football player or something. Y'all just act like he ain't no real football player for real. All I'm saying is, dog, you gotta do something. You gotta do something. You just cannot let these boys continue to do what they doing. What happened to Flores? I don't know. You watching on Sunday Ticket? Yeah, Judy ain't trying to catch. He need to be on the sideline. Yeah, we need two of them. Because they got two up. They got two up. But y'all, they ain't even tackling people the correct way. That's what I'm saying. Watch him pick Myles up. See that guard? That guard is backing up that tackle. Left for a minute, we'll have nothing there. It's still 14-6. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nobody scored. Ain't nobody did nothing spectacular. Ain't nobody did nothing spectacular. Ain't nobody did nothing dramatic. They just can't stop the freaking run. They just letting these boys do what they want to do when it comes to running the football. And you can't do that. Not with this team. Let's see what we had on punch. Shedeur ain't got but 48 yards passing. He 5 of 8. Joe Burrow's 12 of 16. 1 touchdown, 1 interception for 107 yards. Corley still got 4 yards rushing. They can't run the ball. Got 19 yards receiving. No sacks. Devin Bush got 6 tackles and a pick 6. Bengals got 201 total offensive yards. Cleveland got 33 total offensive yards, and they still winning the game. Oh, the Bengals got 2 turnovers. Cleveland got 1. The Bengals got 11 first downs. Cleveland got 2 first downs, dog. They cannot move the ball. The Bengals are 2 for 5 on 3rd down. Cleveland is 1 for 4. They ain't even touched. They ain't even know what the red zone looked like. They ain't even crossed the field, which is bad. Cleveland scored twice in the red zone. What I'm saying is, this is just awful gameplay. It's just bad. It's just bad. And Judy need to be at home watching the TV. How do we fix 12 performances? You can't fix that. You can't fix what ain't broken. The man can't throw the doggone ball. Who my boy supposed to throw the balls to? Well, that's right. Jerry Jeudy has to quit on the team. He is not for the team, and he doesn't deserve to return next season. He coming back because they paid him. What do you think of the last pass to Jeudy? Jeudy need his ass kicked, dog. I'm surprised he got 48 yards for what they do. This is awful. Go make Shedeur press and get another interception. Man, look. They put Flacco in the game. They put Joe Flacco in the game to run a quarterback sneak. Kevin got Reese calling plays. Has an already fired coach who would call. Yeah, he can shake it off. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with Jerry Jeudy, dog. Jerry just ain't trying. Jerry just ain't trying, and it's bad. See, this is the problem right here. That's the problem right there. You can't stop the run. You had him stop 5 yards way back there, and then he just run out of them damn arm tackles and get 5 more yards. Jeudy don't need to come back. Jeudy coming back. They got him signed. That's the other number 1 receiver. T. Higgins. T. Higgins. That's the way Judy's supposed to run a route. You get a man up off you, and then you get the football. And Jeudy is lazy. Yeah, he lazy, dog. Yeah, he lazy. Beard grooming, what up, man? Jeudy just lazy, dog. They let these boys walk this ball down the field again. They running the football, man. Got him. He felt Myles coming that time. T. Higgins will be available this offseason. Yeah, but they can't pay him. They can't pay him. They can't pay T. Higgins. You got to pay T. Higgins 35 plus. If T. Higgins gonna be available, that means Chase gonna be available. Bruh. You can't let a man do you like that in the end zone. He just one hand that man. All I'm saying is that's a true number one receiver right there. That's a true number one right there. That's a true number one wide receiver right there, ladies and gentlemen. Well, they might as well chase the second missed extra point because he missed another one. And he fired right now. He ain't going to get to kick another field goal ever. He fired. They finna fire him right now. They gonna say after this game, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, bro. Don't even just go to the locker room. Just go to the locker room. That's all I tell them. Just go to the locker room, bro. Don't even worry about it, because you ain't did nothing. Just go to the locker room. You done missed 2 field goals. And this man done kicked 2 field goals from 45 yards. Take your ass to the locker room. That's exactly what I tell him. Just take your ass to the locker room, take off your uniform, and go home. That's exactly what I tell him. Just take your uniform off and go home, dog. You done missed 2 extra points today. We don't even want to talk to you no more. We can't even be home. Are we trying to throw the ball? Yep. You got a man sitting in your lap. You got a man sitting in your lap every time you hike the ball. Just run the ball and get the hell off the field. Just run the ball and get the hell off the field. But they ain't doing nothing with it. Damn, ref, when you gonna blow the whistle? The ref ain't even blowing the whistle. This is just bad, dog. Do a 5 or 10 for 48 yards. Joe Burrow 14-19 for 127, 2 touchdowns and interceptions, and no extra points. And no extra points. That's just bad, dog. That's just bad. That's just bad. Y'all know what's gonna happen. Y'all finna get this halftime report. But y'all know I don't do the halftime report. I just do the scores toward the end of the halftime. The halftime report is brought to you by who? You know who it is.
Big walk. You see what happens? Is the Bengals running the ball? Of course they are.
Oh my goodness. Perfect.
Tired of G. Bush and all these damn commercials.
Driving that though. Make the tackle, bro. Yeah, man. Backup corners, boy. 2 plays and you're automatically downfield. See, this is the problem. And the thing about not playing complimentary football is at least you could have took some of this clock off the time off the clock if you was dealing with this. Right? At least you could have took some of this time off the clock and made Joe Burrow and them do something. But you come in and run. I mean, it's just the game plan is inexplicable. Wayman Brown, praise the Lord, I can't watch this game. Vonda 618, G. Bush, great show. Hey, it's not going to be a pretty game. Win or lose 12 has shown enough flashes, greatness, turn the franchise. Quarterback tag, new coach loading in 2026. Let's get it 95. I mean, this game plan shows you got to make the tackle. You got to make the tackle. It's just Captain Obvious, is JJ has hands like a snake today? Not even attempted to run from center is nasty. No run game. I just don't quite.
Bush, what you doing,
I
man?
knew they weren't gonna snap that. We better put Myles in the run back position spot or something. The real Night King there, that ain't happening. Why is Disco Drip? Why is Whippler doing the snap count for Shedeur? Like he's doing more than pointing out the protections. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about, but Luke Whippler doesn't do the snap count. Like if the quarterback points to the ground, they can go on a silent snap count, and then when he puts his hand down, he can snap it whenever he's ready, and then the quarterback will be ready. But the snap count and when it's on is derived by the quarterback. The offensive line can make talks about who pointing and whoever's who. He's not doing this snap count.
Yeah, Cam hurt.
If you have anything higher than an F grade for Shedeur after the first half, you can't be taken seriously. Season Luke 12. I'm giving the entire offense an F. Everybody. So that's coaches, that's the quarterback, that's all of them. F for the first half. I hope that answers your question.
I'm with Bush on that one. F for everybody.
Everybody, look. Everybody. Still same garbage. Guys not blocking nobody. You're getting beat on regular twisting stunts. Not attempting to run the football. Turnovers. The passing game looks out of whack. Guys not getting separation. I don't know what they're running. F. Thank you. Ms. Bell, never seen Shedeur Sanders like this. Watched him for years. Nasty work on offense. Offense gets an F. This is terrible work. Being honest with you, bro.
Yeah, somebody calling out the mic, but it's just bad football all
And
around.
somehow they winning. It's 14-6. I don't know why. How? I don't even know how. They brought Joe Flacco in to run the quarterback sneak. That's funny.
I don't know.
Flacco in the run the sneak.
It's just bad football all the way around.
Y'all hilarious. Marlon Mott Zion, 5 of 8, 8 and F. All he did is fumble and trying to evade. Listen, this offense get an F. It's way too. Listen, look.
You say, Xavier, you out on 12? Well, hell, what can you do with that?
Still working 23. I know we need O-line, but what about Caleb Downs in the first pick? We help with the run defense. Browns defense is a total. We can't afford to do it. Can't do it. We can't do it. We can't afford to do it, bro.
Everybody got an F, dog.
We can't afford to do it because Caleb Downs ain't gonna help. Nothing that we see out here today. Nothing that we see out here today can be helped by Caleb Downs. We can't run the football. And this is the thing about offensive line. And I talked about this before. If you cannot run the football and you cannot protect, you can't run the football and you cannot protect, you're done. That's two aspects of the game. Run blocking and pass blocking. And the Browns defense ain't the problem. The Browns defense is playing against a team and they've got the ball for 20 whole minutes, the time of possession. The Browns have run 15 plays.
Bro, when you can't even hand the ball off,
15 offensive
it's just
plays.
bad. It's just bad. When you hand the ball off and the man sitting in your lap,
15.
That's just bad football altogether.
Myles Garrett was close on that play. And the Browns get the ball during the second half. All they got to do is frustrating. It's frustrating.
It's just bad all the way around.
Because one side of the ball looked like they came actually to do something. And it's only a matter of time before the Bengals do something. They're too good. Like right there. Like right there. It's only a matter of time before the Bengals do something because their offense is good.
It ain't.
And that was pass interference. Decline, touchdown, get banged on. Come on, fellas. Come on, fellas. It's only a matter of time. Bengals should go for 2 right here.
What should he run to over the river and through the woods?
Touchdown Bengals. T. Higgins in the back of the end zone. 11th receiving
Nobody
touchdown
tackling
this
but
season.
27 is trash, along with 68. I can't believe they in the NFL. How come the same offensive line protection?
You missed
Dylan
that,
Gabriel
bro.
and mass protection. How come they can't
This is
protect
nasty
Shedeur?
work.
Because that ain't the
Bengals
same
is,
offensive
again,
line, Jink. That ain't the
They
same
doing
offensive line.
They showing you they're a bad team too. Because the Bengals is doing everything that they can to fumble the bag.
Kevin doesn't give a damn
I mean, they're
about
still
this
down
game.
2
Shedeur is
points,
gonna have to
but
call plays for him.
you know what I'm saying? If they
That
continue
might
to
be
hold,
true.
they can kick a field goal.
Yeah,
and be
they
up
need
5-1
a whole
still.
new old line. They gotta,
But
like I was telling y'all, they gotta
sometimes
revamp
your
that
thoughts.
whole offensive line. It's just
RGUK
been bad.
2F.
It's just been bad, y'all. It's just been bad altogether. That offensive line is horrible. Let me mute G. Bush. Hold on. That offensive line is bad. And I mean real bad. I mean bad to the core. That is nobody that's on that offensive line right now was playing at the beginning of the season. All those people that are playing right now are either backup or off the practice squad. Nobody on that offensive line was a starter when Dylan Gabriel and them was playing. Nobody. Even though that offensive line wasn't great, but it was enough. We coming back out, but Cleveland ain't got but 36 total yards. I don't even want to look at Twitter because I know they just having a field day right now with Shedeur. When you got your lineman getting blocked into your lap, there's really nowhere for him to go. You can't step up. You can't step up and run because the whole doggone thing is collapsing on top of you. You know what I'm saying? This is just bad. This is worse as I've seen the offensive line all season. I ain't never seen them play this bad. That was actually, it's just been horrible. Now, if they can come out and somehow establish a run, if they can establish the run, then that settles down the defense. But long as you don't have the run established and they know you can't run the ball, they expecting you to pass the ball. They try to play action play. As soon as you do a turnaround off his play action, you got somebody sitting on your left hip. What are you supposed to do? Now, that jet sweep right there is a play that they need to have. Now, that's what you need. You need running game. Ain't no fumble. Game over. Let's go. I don't know what they doing. They trying to get Shedeur hurt. Probably. This should be a screenplay right here on this 31. They can't run the ball. Shedeur should have kept that. Damn, Jerry Judy almost dropped the jet sweep. He put that motherfucker in your chest. What you want him to do with it? That's on Jerry Judy. You gotta hold the ball, man. He can't catch the ball. He can't catch it on a handoff. There you go, Rocket. There you go, Rocket. That's what you want right there. Move the football. Just move the football. You got to be able to run the football. To keep them from pressing your quarterback, you got to make them do something else. Throw the ball, Shedeur. Touchdown. That's pass interference, though. Oh, you got to catch that, Sal. You got to catch that, Sal. You got to catch that, man. You got to catch that ball, dog. You got to catch that ball, dog. You can't. You ain't got no receivers. You ain't got no tight ends. You ain't got no running back. You ain't got nothing. You just out there. You ain't got nothing, dog. I'm telling you. Jerry Judy ain't got no CTE. He got SORRY. That's all he got. Jerry Judy. He got SORRY. Because he ain't showing up. All right, Shedeur 7 of 13 for 72 yards. We got to keep moving the ball. Now you got to go to the run play. You got Rocket Sanders back in the game. You need to go for the run play. There you go. You got to run the ball. That's what you do. You got to run the ball. You got to make them respect the run, because if If you don't make them respect the run, they coming at your quarterback every time. But when you ain't got nothing, dog, you just ain't got nothing. Everything you got is third string or less. It's just, you know. Rocket Sanders is the replacement, is the backup to the backup to the backup. Your tight ends are the backup to the backup to the backup to the backup. Your left tackle is the backup to the backup to the backup. You ain't got but, I think Petonio out there, and he old as hell. He the only starter that's been on the field. Petonio ain't even out there. It's just when you don't have the players, dog. I mean, not one, not zero. On your offense, it's all backups except for Jerry Jeudy. So what are you supposed to do with all backups? But at least he drove the ball down the field, put some points on the board. But what are you supposed to do with a team full of backups? On your front line, on your receiver core, on your running back core, anywhere. What are you supposed to do with that? When you playing with second and third string players, how do you win? How do you get better? How does it supposed to look is what I'm asking. It ain't like you got one or two players that are just backups. The entire freaking team, everybody on offense is a backup or a third string player or a freaking player that come off the practice squad, except for Jerry Jeudy and Joe Petonio. That's 2 players out of 11. What are you supposed to do with that? Jerry Jeudy ain't no true number 1. He ain't doing shit. So how do you supposed to perform? What do you expect to see? What are you supposed to see? What do you want to see? Because what you think you're going to see, you ain't getting it. Even when he has time to throw, ain't nobody open. Ain't nobody getting open. He can't even throw nobody open. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do with that? How are you supposed to do anything with a team full of backups, with a team full of third players, with a team full of people that's probably going to be working for me next year? How are you supposed to do something with that? I can understand if you had a backup here and a backup there, but everybody over there is a backup or a practice squad player. That's just bad for a professional team for you to be that sorry, even with your backup. That's just bad, dog. Yeah, they're gonna be working for me next year, dog. They're gonna be driving one of these trucks. So it's just bad though. You gotta do better than that. As a football coach, as a GM, as a freaking owner, you have to expect more of your people to get better players than that on your football team. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. You can't have that many bad players on one team. You know what I'm saying? You got a team full of just awful ass players. That's just bad, man. It shouldn't be like that. Nobody in the NFL should have to play through something like that. Burrow got a bad offensive line, but hell, they still holding up. Cowboys getting whooped by the Giants. Hey man, I ain't asked you all that. Nobody asked you all that. We know what's happening over there. I see you want to be over here with jokes and shit. FedEx, we keep your package smooth. You dogs are right, we do. At all times, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We will get it there to you, my dog. We will get it there to you if you need it. The Chiefs play later on. They play next. They're in the 3:30 slot, 4:30 slot. One of them. That's how you tackle some damn body. Everybody tackles. Oh Lord, here goes Santino, y'all. He in the house with some of this mess he got. I know he got some mess. You know what I'm saying? It's okay, Snack. Look, man, y'all don't be talking about my doggone Cowboy. We know we getting beat. It ain't about much. It's just a touchdown. We gonna be back. We got this. Oh, you saw him looking for Myles. He looking for Myles. He should have gave himself up. Yeah, Joe was like, nah, bro, you ain't getting me like that. Joe said, no, bro, you ain't get me like that. See, what you gotta do, you gotta find one, and now you gotta find five. Now Higgins just went to the slot. That's where he going. That's where he going. Yeah, that was a bad slide, man. Ran that pick play. They're gonna have to do something. They're gonna have to do something to let Myles get his sack. Joe Burrow need to do what Brent Favre did. Just give yourself up. Let Myles go and get his and get it over with. Myles is just, they on Myles' head. They don't want Myles to have it. Boom, blow his ass up. Delp it. Delp it. Blow him up. That's right, Delp it. Blow him up. No, they was running a regular play because Myles wasn't on the field. Santino, do what you gotta do, my boy. They tried a little razzle dazzle. Lord, they didn't let Riley Leonard score a touchdown. I don't like Joe, and please let Myles get it. Yeah, they need to go and let Myles get his sack. Quit being disrespectful. Santino, you stupid, man. Next, you see them dropping 9-1. Yeah. They ain't trying to make sure he don't steal Myles' sack. They need to blitz together. They need to push together. Because Wright is a problem on that right side. Oh, they was playing play perfect timing on the TV. They got it going. Damn, I see you over there. I see you over there. On the other side. I am staying there all off rhythm. That's when you get mistakes. They need the coaches to right the ship. No, they need the coaches to fix the shit. Why was my stream so far behind? What I want to know. Yeah, you was over there fussing. I saw it. I saw you over there fussing, cussing, you know, and do what you gotta do. Yeah, Gassi knew he should have called timeout before that penalty, but yeah, it is what it is. The fans just been doing what he been doing all year. Just letting shit happen and not giving a damn. Okay, you're gonna get a penalty. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll worry about it tomorrow. You know. They were colluding against this man to disrespect the start and not playing his song once he keep doing games. Yeah, they just know what time it is. Yeah, with the 199. He was not Superman. He need that spark. The O-line need to do something. Just something. Just something, man. It's not Shedeur, it's the O-line. How can he do anything if the O-line doesn't block? That's correct. They need to move Schwartz off the head coach. He had no, we don't need to do that. Leave Schwartz where he at. We have seen him try that job. That is not no. These was where he at. We saw him in Detroit try to be a head coach. No. Know that. You got him across the middle. He had one across the middle. He didn't throw it. But I couldn't see what was behind it. Dak ain't playing. Oh, Lord have mercy. They got Milton out there. That's what you need to be able to run the ball and get a first down. Jerry be running and singing to him, man. They just need to sit Jerry Judy on the bench. What the Niners and Mike? There you go, Dylan. 49 to Mike. He calling them out. It's just, man. That first quarter was bad. Dylan Sampson got 10-yard rushing. I know one thing. It's been bad. And it's real bad. The way they doing. Hopefully next year they have a new coach and maybe things won't be like. They need a new offensive line. Give a damn who they got coaching. They need a new offensive line. They need a new offense entirely because this offensive playbook is horrible. Jerry is tired of Dak getting halfway and then freezing up. So he's trying to see if, oh no. Dak will be quarterbacking next year. Dak just out the game so he don't get hurt. They ain't playing for nothing. Dak don't need to play. Yeah, they trying to freeze Myles out. Starting to worry if Myles get this record. Me too. Fourth quarter, time is running out. If I was him, I'd tell Joe I got $25K if you give me that sack. You tell Joe I got 50. I got 50. I'm going to sell it to you as soon as I get to the locker room. I'm going to shoot it right on over there. Just go and run this way and let me get that record. But for the last 4-5 weeks, teams have been scheming to stop Myles from getting that record. And they've been playing just to stop him from getting that record. Hell, I tell him I got 250 for you. You let me get that record, my boy. Let's see, hell, go give him 100K. Shit, I got $250,000. I got $250,000, dog. I got $250,000 if you give me this sack record right now. I'm gonna hit my little girlfriend up. Soon we get out here, she over there in the stands. I'm gonna hit her up. Hey, shoot that man that $250,000. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Joe, I got you $250,000. Let me go and get that sack record, dog. That's all I'm saying. If he doesn't respect his parents and his father is the one that got him in the NFL. What up, Zoe's wife? He throwing deep. Throw that thing, Shedeur. Look, Jerry Judy just said, fuck it, it ain't gonna make it to me. Whippler is down. Well, that comes with a new coach. You know I said that they need a whole lot. Man, look. They need an entire offensive line, not just one lineman. They need 5 of them just to start. I'm telling you, I'm drafting all offensive linemen and 2 wide receivers. They got 11 picks in this draft. I'm drafting all offensive linemen and receivers. You don't need no more running backs. Your running back room's solid. Well, you can get one more because you can't never have enough of them. But yeah, I'm stockpiled. Yeah, we on the 5th Street now, Jab. That was the center. I don't know what they gonna do now. I don't know what they're gonna do now. I don't know how you expect a man to function with an O-line made of nothing. And what I'm telling you, Thea, they need to use all the picks to strengthen the offense. I'm telling you, I'm drafting all offensive linemen. I'm getting me two offensive linemen in free agency. I'm getting me some wide receivers, and I'm getting me a wide receiver in free agency. Because without that offensive line, you can't do nothing. I mean, nothing. They really ain't got nobody getting open because they playing zone on the back end. They ain't playing man-to-man. Judy ain't running hard. He ain't trying to get open. That's a good screenplay. You see how he recognized that lineman was in his face and threw it over his head? Up over your top of your face, bruh. Ooh, Courtney head hit the ground hard as hell. 49 and Mike. That was a good play call. People need to start volunteering out to stand to get the ball. Yeah, because look, he handed that ball off, he tackled. If he hand that ball off, he don't even get a yard. Got a wide receiver that isn't playing at all. Yeah. Corley got ankle breaking route running the building. Yeah, I'm talking about, man. It's just so much that gotta be done to even get production out of this offense. It's freaking ridiculous. Look, Whippler getting carted off. He done. Kevin don't know how to use these dudes, man. Kevin sucks. Well, I was there, boy. Why they not using me? Hey, they just used him. They just used him. But they can't get open deep because they playing two high safeties in a doggone in a tight zone. He really ain't got nowhere to throw. As slow as these receivers are to run these routes, he ain't got no time for them routes to develop. Yeah, he gonna throw it, Jab. He ain't got no choice. Well, he can run it. Oh, look at this man! Why this man come straight through the middle like this? Whoa, who gonna do something? Touch him. Beast the bitch. Do something, dog. What y'all want him to do? Tell me what y'all want him to do. Y'all tell me. Tell me what you want him to do with that. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Santino, tell me what you want him to do with that, Santino. Where you at, Santino? What you want him to do? Nothing. Ain't nothing you can do with that, dog. It just ain't no hope. I can't even see it, dog. This man just runs straight up the middle, untouched, unblocked, just a free runner. By the time this man made his second step in his drop back, he got to throw the ball. What do you want him to do? When you got a man that's coming free straight up the middle like a missile, what you want him to do, dog? Didn't nobody touch him. Nobody pull his jersey. I'd rather you get a holding play right there just by grabbing the back of his jersey because you couldn't get the front. What they want him to do? I don't know what you want him to do. It's still 14-12, Lisa. Ain't nobody did nothing. I mean, I'm sorry, it's 17-12. They gonna say he should have turned invisible and popped up in the end zone for a touchdown. Look at man. No, you can't block Santino, dog. Santino is the fun part of the chat. Bruh, I don't know what y'all expect Shedeur to do with that. I don't know what you expect him to do with that. He can't. When he hand the ball off, his wide receiver, his running back about to get tackled. When he trying to drop back, he about to get tackled. What you want him to do? That's why I said I hope no interception, because he has no time to throw. Yeah. Man, don't let Santino get to you. Unity. Santino was just trolling. Don't worry about it. He don't mean no harm for real. They ain't amped up. Because if they was amped up, they'd be pushing that right side over there to Myles. Holding. Y'all ain't call that holding penalty on Myles. No, run it back. What's up, Kay? Watch the holding. What's up, Kay? Bridget. Y'all been over there hanging out with G, huh? I seen y'all over there. I mean, who was that on the outside that squared up and didn't even attempt to make the tackle? Will wants to be in Cleveland. Yeah, because he wants to turn nothing into something. Yeah, he want to be in Cleveland because he want to turn nothing into something. But you got to give him something to work with first. They're going to have to stop the run. If you don't stop the run, they're going to do what they want to do. Tell them, Jab, they need to stop their running. You doggone right. There you go, Delpit. Good tackle. You ain't getting no yak. Santino, what you doing down there, man? What y'all doing? What y'all doing? Joe playing scared just like everybody else that was facing Myles. Oh. Unity, I told you, man, don't worry about Santino, man. Santino be in the chat every week acting up. He just get a kick out of everybody else's reaction. He don't mean no harm. Don't let him rile you up, dog. He just be talking crazy on purpose. Don't let him get you riled up. Santino is harmless, dog. He ain't about to do nothing. Santino probably sitting in his living room laughing at you, dog. Don't do that. Good D. Good D. Good D. Defense playing okay, but when Ward is out there, don't play their best. Yeah. That's perfect defense right there. You can't play that no better than what it was played. What Myles at? They don't want you to get it, Myles. They don't want you to get it, Myles. Yeah, you pretty much can't hide that. That's the big old boy. Got him. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you yeah. 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 That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Get it. Get it. That's what I'm talking about right there. He got that, mo. He worked for it too. That's what I'm talking about. Myles. Yes. No, I thought he was gonna give him another one. I thought he was gonna give him another one. I ain't want to say nothing. He was chasing. He could have had it a long time ago, but teams started putting more pressure on him. Teams started game planning just for Myles. That's what I'm talking about right there, baby. That's what we want. Yes, sir. Myles went and got that thing. Myles went and got that thing. I had to stop by what she said and see what she talking about. She be talking a little greasy. Let me see.
And shot it. That's gonna be my new thing. I like how they did that.
She be over here talking greasy.
Because you know you can't do this. Nor should you, right? But you can take an arrow. You can take an arrow. You can take an arrow. Let me see what y'all saying, because I said a lot. I need you to say goodbye. I need you to say goodbye to Kevin Stefanski and Miss Laura, y'all. Miss Laura. Who? Oh, the lady, the cabin lady. That's hilarious. Hey, Big Snacks. Even when I'm live, I have to stop by and say, what's up, chat? Hey, Big Snacks, thank you so much. Have a good watch party. All right, let me know if y'all can hear me. I dropped my microphone. Let me know if y'all can hear me. It said we're celebrating for him. High achievers, Myles Garrett. Yep. We're celebrating for him. Yep. That's facts.
Myles is that
Bye,
dude.
Stefanski. Great show, Queen. Awesome watch party. Thank you, Ramon. Thank you. Bye, Stefanski. Congratulations, Myles. Yay. 84 did it again. He does not know he can run after he catch the ball. I think that's a fair catch. I think he might do the fair catch signal. That's what they want him to do anyway. So y'all, okay. Big Snacks stop by. Y'all show him some love. He live too. I guess they're doing a watch party over there. It's Big Snacks, BIGSNACKKS. I think he has 2 Ks.
Oh yeah, Bridget, she be going hard on him.
He Burrow out the game. I agree. He gotta go.
I be going in her chat just showing.
How much time is left? Let me see when they come back to it. They showing Myles Garrett being celebrated by everybody. They carrying Myles Garrett on their shoulders like the king. It is 3 minutes and 49 seconds left in the game. Whiteheart is running 6 seconds. They about to have a delay of game if they don't snap that damn ball. Oh, they got it. All right. Shedeur handed it off to Samson.
Hold on.
Got them to the 10 because, you know, they were in the end zone down.
Hold on.
Second down, 3 minutes, 40 seconds. They just need to run the clock out. Run the clock out.
That's
63
bad, dog. That's bad, dog. Did you see how he pushed that man all the way into this man's chest? What is up? You can't play football this way. He just got pushed all the way into Shedeur's chest. He pushed the center past Shedeur to where he could reach out and grab him and do the dog. With this type of offensive line, dog, there is nothing you can do with that. You know what I'm saying? Who showed up? You run it. Okay, Shedeur trying to get that thing. That's your quarterback. See how he folded up and then ran that thing sideways. Got his offensive lineman to pull, but it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't have to put your body in that much danger, you know, but it's a good thing he stayed in bounds, didn't go out of bounds, made the Bengals use their timeout. You know, they did the doggone thing, which is a good thing. Say broke wing. Now peace out. That what you doing, Jay Brown? Really, dog? Yeah, Unity. He's faster than most people think he is. Y'all better get this tackle because the special team be special teaming. All right, people, here we go. 1st and 10. Cincinnati getting the ball. 2:41 left in the half. They've been carrying Myles Garrett on the sideline on their shoulders like the superhero that he is. Everybody for the last 5 weeks has been game planning just to keep Myles Garrett away from that sack record. They didn't play their usual game plan. Nobody has played against Myles Garrett the way they would normally play against Myles Garrett, or Myles Garrett wouldn't have 23 fucking sacks on the season. Later on in the season, teams started adding more and more and more blockers to keep Myles Garrett away from that sack record. And the closer he got to it, the more attention they put on him. That man was getting chipped by a tight end coming out, getting blocked by the tackle that's blocking him. And then when he get past the tackle, guess what? It's a guard sitting right in front of the doggone center, in front of the quarterback to make sure you don't get there. That man got to go through 4 to 5 people to get to one. So, yeah, Lisa Garrett got the record. So you can't, everybody keep trying to say they've been playing Myles the same way all season. No, y'all ain't. At least the last month, nobody has played Myles like that. Nobody has put that many people to block one man during this season. And if it wasn't for what's his name, who got hurt earlier this year, he'd have been had that record. Because that left side of that defensive line would have been fortified. Right now, Wright is over there, but Wright come off the guard position to move to the tackle position. Before that other tackle got hurt, that's how Myles was getting all them sacks. Because he was getting the penetration and pushing them to Myles. And if you can't go nowhere, you can't go nowhere. But now, since Myles is the only guy they really got that gets sacks like that, everybody game plan for Myles. Everybody put more emphasis on Myles Garrett running plays away from. Buffalo didn't even run a play to the left side the entire game until Myles went to the far right. And when they ran that play on the left side where Myles wasn't, Schwarzenegger got the sack. Buffalo explicitly did not run any play toward Myles Garrett. They rolled the pocket out. They ran their running plays to the left. They passed plays to the right. They stayed explicitly away from that man. Pittsburgh did the same thing last week. Everybody else before then. And there he go playing this bullshit defense that's going to get you beat. The same thing that let the Steelers push the ball down the field last week. You know he's going to pass the ball. You know he got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. You need to one-on-one everybody else and bracket them too. They cannot get the ball. You know that's where he's going. You just so happen T. Higgins dropped the ball. You cannot lead him in one-on-one coverage. You find Jamar Chase, you find T. Higgins, and you don't lead them by themselves. Come on, man. You know what's going to happen here. I might sound distorted. Really? Oh, shit. What the hell? My whole shit froze up. What the hell, man? Come on, dog. Y'all give me 1 second. I don't know what's up with this shit. This shit is looking a little wonky. shit is looking a little wonky on my screen. I don't know what's up with my screen, y'all. Y'all hold on once. That shit was weird. What that was? Something went absolutely haywire for a second. But we back. Everybody good? Sound back right? I don't know what. I had to swivel some stuff out real quick because it had got a little wonky. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that was. The man doesn't have an O-line. What is he supposed to do? This is just let the running back move the ball down the field. No, they going to have to stop T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. That's who finna get the ball all the way down the field. Stop them two. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them two go. Everybody good, though. My sound is back. Should be. It shouldn't be distorted or none of that. We all right? Trying to check. How much time left? What we got? How much time we got left? Hold on. We got 2 minutes left. 1st and 10. There we go. We almost got this sack. We almost got another sack. That is straight pressure. Sellers, what up? Here come Viper in here with the crybaby. There you go. You've been watching the game, Viper. You saw what was happening. 2nd and 10, 157 left on the clock. They already across the 50, but they need a touchdown. Lord have mercy. I keep telling y'all, stop leaving T. Higgins and Jamar Chase by themselves. That man is 6'3" tall. That cornerback is 5'11". He gonna throw it on top of his head all day. Where's Denzel Ward? Denzel Ward ain't in the game. That's a problem. Denzel Ward ain't in the game right now. Denzel Ward is not in the game. That is a problem. Sellers, hold on, please. Bruh. You got 2 number 1 receivers. They picking on Ross all day because he the smallest one out there. They finna run this ball. They ain't got no reason to pass it. They gonna run this ball in the end zone. Where the hell is Denzel Ward? Why is he not in the game? I know, but what I'm saying is he played last week. That's why they won. Why he ain't playing this week? And why in the hell did I just get a reset? Why he ain't playing this week is the question. That's a shame, man. That's a shame. You can't do that. That makes no sense, dog. You can't. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness is what I'm saying. You just can't do that, dog. I don't know what the hell just happened in this camera. I told y'all, you can't do that. That's why he didn't throw that Delpit the whole time down the field. That's why he didn't throw that Delpit. He targeted little ass Ross all the way down the field. Well, I have no mods. I don't need no mods. Yeah, when they waited too late to double team him. They should have been double teamed all the way down the field because you knew where he was going. You got super weak cornerbacks covering the best two receivers in the game. What in the world is wrong with them? They already know what they needed to do. Real receivers, like Shedeur Sanders, need to block, no interception. I mean, dog, it's now. This is where you need out routes. You don't need deep routes down the middle. You don't need one. But right now, you need out routes to the sideline, cross the middle. You got two timeouts. You can throw one and take one. But right now, you need out routes. Lisa, you calling for defense? That what you doing? Well, you got a center sitting in your face. You got a nose guard. Here we go. 2nd and 10. 1:19 left on the clock. You don't need no timeout. Go in and hurry up. There we go. Go in and hurry up. Do what we do. Let's go. Move the ball. Yeah, he threw the ball in the dirt on purpose. He threw the ball in the dirt on purpose right there. He knew what he was doing. They need to put Judy in the slot. He don't need to be on the outside. They need to put Judy in the slot. Judy operates better out of the slot, and that's where he needs to be. This is what you need to happen. They're at the 50 right now. They need to get to about the 40, 35. Throw the ball, Shedeur. Judy hung on to the ball. Timeout. Timeout. We spike the ball. Spike the ball. Oh, we got a man down. Man, he almost dropped that ball. Judy almost dropped that ball. Yeah, they went to man. They weren't playing zone. Judy almost dropped that ball, man. Judy almost dropped that ball. It's 31 seconds left. Judy almost dropped that ball. You can't see, they went to man that time. Like I told y'all, they've been playing zone across the middle because they know that their receivers can't get separation. So in the zone, if you can't separate real quick, you ain't gonna never be open. They playing too high over the top, zone in the middle. And that time they caught them in complete straight man. And then you got beat. Because everybody playing man-to-man, you ain't covering no zone. So if he get one step on you, Shedeur can throw him open. And that's what he did. Do we have enough time for a field goal? Yes, there's 31 seconds left. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 40. They in field goal range now. They in field goal range now. See, they ain't gonna do nothing but run the ball from here. They just called a timeout. 24 seconds left. 2nd and 8. Jacksonville won their game. Jacksonville won their game, so they good. Run the damn ball. He went deep. He went deep to Barnes, 3rd and 8. Barnes couldn't track that ball. If he tracks that ball, Oh, they ain't bringing it no more. They ain't coming no more. They just saw that pass. They ain't gonna do that no more. Just run the ball. There you go. Just hand that ball off. Timeout. When the clock get down to 3 seconds. When the ball get down to 3 seconds, timeout. Right there. 3 seconds left on the clock. Timeout. And that should do his game-winning drive. That should do his game-winning drive that y'all said he couldn't do. Where you at, Santino? All right, Schmidt. 49-yard field goal attempt. And that's a good. That's an offside flag. That's a good kick. He hopped the center. You can't do that. Shedeur Sanders got a game-winning drive. Shedeur Sanders with a game-winning drive. Browns win. Myles Garrett got his sack record. Everybody pissed off. Y'all know how to get down. That's how they get down. We like that right there. That's what you want. A game-winning drive. Y'all know where we got to go. Y'all know where we got to go. Where you at, Santino? Hey, he moved the ball that one drive that it counted, Santino. You can't hate on that. He did what he had to do to win the game. He got his team down the field. He threw some good passes. They had some good run plays. He didn't turn the ball over. He did what he was supposed to do. Don't hate.
My man,
James Rapien.
James Rapien. Your man's on there from the lock. Shout out to the Locked On Family Networks. He talking crazy. Y'all look like nasty work today. 20-18 to
20-18.
Well,
Hey, Kevin Stefanski ride out on this one.
See, let me tell you this. I was talking to Bull this morning. You guys know Bull's a Bengals fan, and Bull was like, I just watched your prediction segment from Friday's show. Did you really pick the Browns to win? And I said, yeah, because I don't have any reason why. There's no logical reason to think the Browns are going to win today, which is why they're going to win. And Bull said they're going to lose by 25 points. Book it. Hey, Bull, hold the L, baby. Hold the L. You want to hold both the L's? Hold both the L's, Bull.
Y'all let us get a dub, the sack record, and Shedeur had a final drive that got points, and Schmidt hit a field goal, and Stefanski rode out on the white donkey. You guys, listen, hold that. Let me sip my water.
All right, let's talk about Stefanski real quick, guys. We already kind of talked about Myles. Stefanski, all reports indicate that the Browns are leaning towards making a move of changing their head coach, moving on from Kevin Stefanski. We'll find out most likely tomorrow. Albert Breer said that the front office and the ownership group are going to meet on Monday morning and make a decision on Stefanski's future. So hopefully we'll get some sort of news between when they meet and the start of UCSS, so we don't miss at the end of UCSS and have to come back on at 2 o'clock. But G, I'll let you start on there. Earl, you know what? You start on this one. Do you believe we have now seen the end of Kevin Stefanski's tenure in Cleveland? Or do you think winning 2 games at the end of the season, winning 5 this year, despite a carousel at quarterback and a lackluster offensive roster, is enough to save his job?
Anybody?
In my opinion, I think it's a wrap. I think it's over with. I think Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns marriage is over. It's a divorce that's about to take place probably by 9 p.m. tonight, somewhere early tomorrow morning. I don't think that what has taken place in the last 2 games has changed any decision, in my opinion, that had been made maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, to be totally honest with you. And quite honestly, man, it's time for some new blood in here. It's time for some fresh thoughts and some fresh ideas. It's unfortunate that this thing kind of went sour and went left the way it did, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, Kevin won 8 games over the last 2 seasons. That's not good enough, right? And I know people might have their own opinion about, if both should have been fired or if the Browns was making a decision allegedly to keep the wrong person over the other. All I know is, in my opinion, I think Jimmy Haslam came into this season giving both of those men a clean slate, right? You can look at the full body of work, and he said, you know what? I'm going to dismiss that. I'm going to squash all of that. What can y'all do for me now? What can y'all do for me in this 2025 season to prove to me that one or both should move forward with the plan of trying to win the Super Bowl for the city of Cleveland and this Cleveland Browns franchise? And if you want to just single it out this year, Mike, to this year alone, Andrew Berry did more this year alone to save his job than what Kevin Stefanski did. Those are the facts.
Yeah, I mean, I made my stance clear. It hasn't changed. I want them both on. I just want an entire new reset. But we're focusing on Stefanski here. We could save Barry for another time and day, whatever. Yeah. No, Stefanski's gone. I saw people in my mentions this morning saying, but continuity. Gee, I don't mind to bring up bad memories, but you've had a couple previous marriages before you met the wonderful Rosie, correct?
Oh, what you mean? Multiple.
Are you happy you made the changes and got out of the first 3 marriages?
Bro, I was in the refrigerator the other day and said, man, I was taking L's about 2 years ago at this time.
Yeah, continuity only works if it's a good continuity.
If it's a good one.
Yeah, the Browns the last couple of years have been a bottom feeder in the NFL. They picked 2nd last year. They obviously traded back to the 5th pick, but they had the 2nd worst record in football. And they're another top 7 at worst pick. They can move as high up as 6 or 5 now because they won. So yeah, you pick in the top 7 in back-to-back years. That's not good enough to keep your job. I'm sorry. Your offense is still atrocious. I don't like a lot of the game plan. I don't like a lot of the offensive schemes. I understand the talent around him that he had to work with was subpar, but that's kind of the hand you get dealt in the NFL. Sports ain't fair. Life ain't fair. The head coaching situation is never fair. And he's had 6 years. 101 games as the Browns head coaches, guys. 101. It's a big enough sample size, in my opinion, to know that despite the fact he won his final 2 games here to end 2025, I wouldn't bring him back. I want a new philosophy, both in the front office and on the sidelines. And I appreciate Kevin Stefanski for giving us a playoff run during his 4 years of the UCSS era. That 2023 December was as fun as we've had talking Browns since I've been in Cleveland. But there's been a lot more. I'll use Myles Garrett's line from Friday. There's been some ups and downs and a lot more downs than ups. And for me, that's enough to move on from Kevin Stefanski, despite the fact that he won his final 2 games here in 2025.
Listen, I'm going to start off by saying this. Shout out to Kevin Stefanski for when he got here, the Cleveland Browns were getting embarrassed. They were embarrassed. It was 1-31, and Kevin Stefanski helped lead the Cleveland Browns to a point where they were not the laughing stock of the league. He brought a couple of playoff appearances. I want to thank him for his contributions to what he had with the organization. Here's the thing that I will say as well. I hope that moving forward, when he gets his next opportunity, I think he should sit out a year. I think he should chill out a little bit, do some reevaluation and reflecting and kind of soak it all in and not jump back into the next relationship. That's what G. Bush would do after a couple of them. I will tell you that, Kevin, don't jump back into another one. But I will say this. I want to see that at your next stop, I want to see more of the things that we saw in your last couple of days here. I thought the story to David Njoku was very, very on point because we wanted to see more of that Kevin Stefanski. We want to see more of the communicative Kevin Stefanski, the storyteller, the guy that uses stories in the media to get his point across, the guy that his team doesn't really give up on him. We wanted to see more of those things, and hopefully he adds more soft skills to his technical aspect of what he goes about his coaching job. I want to see him grow in those areas because, I'm a person that does want to see people get second chances, and I'm not a person that's going to put the nail in the coffin for anybody not getting better at taking chances. And when people say, oh, he'll get a job somewhere else, I hope people get jobs at other places. If anybody of us lose our job or move to other places. I want to see nothing but the best for you. So I'll say that. But I do think at the end of the day, it's a mutually beneficial situation. I think the Browns have run its course with Kevin Stefanski, especially with the offense, the philosophy, some of the things that they're doing. I think that was the biggest part that I want to see moved on from is the offensive philosophy and seeing something else to be brought to the table. I do think they'll move on. So I wish him nothing but the best of luck. And at the end of the day, I do hope he finds success at other places moving forward.
So we all agree? Yeah, see, that's why we need different viewpoints on UCSS sometimes, because we all agree it's just a boring-ass topic.
It's a boring show.
And I think yeah. So let's just talk about something we may not agree on. Let's get to our next topic. What do you guys think of Shedeur's performance today, Earl? His last 7 starts as a rookie, obviously led the game-winning drive, had 6 offensive points in the game, but what did you make of Shedeur?
I mean, I already said at the beginning, I can't single it just down to Shedeur. Shedeur had the last drive that ultimately was the game-winning drive, but I thought overall the offensive performance was totally uninspiring. The offense didn't really do a damn thing for the majority of the game that contributed to the win. The win came from literally the special teams unit and the defense. So that's pretty much what I think of it. I wish I had more for you, but that's that. I mean, they had a moment to where they set out for 36 minutes, I think the offense went between possessions. So it was kind of hard for them to catch a rhythm, but it was missing so many different playmakers. I think 9th or 10th different offensive line combination. It just seemed like, everybody knew this was the final game for whatever that was going on. And people was just out there playing ball, trying to get to the end of the 4th quarter. So outside of that, the whole offense was uninspiring to me.
Yeah, the whole offense stunk. I thought Shedeur stunk until the last drive. Some of his processes in the first half, he got stripped on the sack, needs a little better ball security, had a couple should have been interceptions that were dropped. Did he throw an actual pick? No, right?
No. Fumble lost, that was it.
Fumble lost. It was good to see him rebound. Obviously, been waiting to see Shedeur have a chance since that Rams preseason game to get in and lead a potential game-winning drive. I know he's had other opportunities, but we want to see as many of those as we can get. And I thought the fact that he showed some poise to be able to regroup and recompose himself for the second half. He was better in the second half. It wasn't good. I don't think you could say anyone on the offense was good. The offensive line stunk. The receiver stunk. He threw a nice pass to Sal Cannella. 87, I think that's who Cannella is. I know you called him Canelo Alvarez earlier. That was good because I forgot his actual name. But when you said that, I remembered it was Sal Cannella.
Right.
He got to catch that touchdown. I don't care if you're a practice squad player. If you're in the NFL and you are technically in a receiving position, it hits your hands on a deep pass like that, you got to haul it in. But uninspired by what Shedeur did. I thought it was a good game-winning drive to lead his team down there. But for the most part, I don't think the tape's going to be very favorable to him or anyone on that Browns offense. They scored 6 points against one of the worst defenses in football, and they couldn't run the ball. They couldn't pass the ball. Nothing. It was ugly all around.
So what I did is I was doing on my channel, and I always tell people, listen, man, I did this notion that you can't say anything bad about Shedeur Sanders is wild work, because I got a bunch of people who pull up to hear about Shedeur. I said, listen, gotta have the ball security in the first half. You can't have the ball down by your side. There was a couple of throws he threw in the double coverage. It was a turnover-worthy throw. There was times where I looked like he didn't have his energy level. It looked for the first time that I saw him not have his energy was off a little bit. And let me just say this: all the energy was off. I think the first half they came out here understanding everybody was getting fired. Nobody wasn't coming back, and it was looking like it was crazy, and the Bengals looked like they wanted to get us up out of here. And then the defense said, no. We're not going to let you do that. We got a strip. We got the interception. Shout out to Devin Bush. Then we get the strip and then turnover. We take that back, and the defense holds Joe Burrow to basically nothing in the middle quarters. But Myles Garrett gets the sack record. But let me just tell you about this, though. So before the game, there's no Njoku. There's no Harold Fan, and those guys are out. No Schlesinger. Shout out to Mason Graham. We'll get to him. He played. He had 2 nice plays back to back in the middle of the field. You didn't have your guys. You got Sal Cannella at receiver, and for the most of the part, everybody on the offense got a F. I didn't like the game plan. I didn't like the running. I didn't like none of it. But let me tell you what, I'll give him credit, because I said I would do it before the drive started. For a person that's coming out here that don't got nothing to play for, and they could have rolled around and not did nothing that last drive. But he did exactly enough to get him. He had a nice throw to Bond, had a nice throw to Judy, They got him down there, and another rookie kicked the field goal. So I'm going to give him credit because those are the things we wanted to see. Jason Lloyd said, hey, you had an opportunity against the Buffalo Bills to get it down the field and to get points on the board. You didn't get it done. So now I'm going to use this, and I'm going to say, hey, he got it done, and he showed. I want to see he had probably, and people in my chat said this was one of the worst games they seen him play in the first half. But for you to play one of the worst games in the first half and to be able to blank it out, get the ball on the 20 and say, hey boys, let's go down the field. Let's win this football game. I got to give you credit for that. And that shows me you have a little moxie. You got some sort of it. It was a bad game overall. But the thing we talking about is you end the season with 2 W's. I'll take it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of that, right? And I know, Mike, man, you talk a lot about, wins, losses, and how important that is on the resume. This was an evaluation period for Shedeur Sanders these last 7 games. And the truth of the matter is he won more than 50% of the Browns' total win total for the 2025 season. As a 5th-round pick, as a guy who had limited first-team or no first-team reps, until he did. This is a guy who was, of all the quarterbacks in the quarterback room, behind the 8 ball. Listen, I don't know what's going to happen, long-term past what today was, because quite honestly, as of right now, we don't know who's going to be here. We don't know if Andrew Berry's going to be here long-term, if Kevin Stefanski's going to be here. We don't even know what the power structure is going to look like next year. And 9 times out of 10, when you bring in new faces, those faces kind of want their own people in place. So, for me, my personal opinion, did I see enough to make a determination on if this is the guy moving forward? No, but I saw enough to say that I believe that this young man warrants the opportunity to see more, right? I felt like he did enough for me to see more, to see if he could be the guy. The Cleveland Browns got holes all over this offense, all over this football team. And G has kind of alluded to this on several times. We are not just a quarterback away. And so knowing that, man, I would love to see the Cleveland Browns kind of, invest 5 or 6 draft picks. I told one of my friends, man, during my vacation, I'll draft 2 wide receivers and 3 offensive linemen if I could. Go sign me another veteran tight end, maybe another veteran lineman. I don't know. And just take it from there and see what the case may be. But people are not going to like this, and we're going to talk about this a lot during this offseason. Don't be surprised if the quarterback room next year is the exact same quarterback room that you see right now. Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, and Deshaun Watson. I know that's not something people want to hear, but that's a strong possibility right there.
I think at least
26 evaluation. Let me tell you this: the 26, the 20. Look, to me, it wasn't 25. The evaluation for Shedeur Sanders, the true evaluation is when you get a new person, and Earl is totally correct. So the new person coming in here, he's going to evaluate and he's going to say, remember, I told y'all before, if you are the new coach, what do you get? You get the opportunity to pick your own quarterback, don't you? You get that. So in 26, Shedeur Sanders not only has to prove himself to the new offensive coordinator, the new head coach, he has to prove himself to the ownership, because in 27, ain't no way around it. If it ain't it, they get a quarterback in 27. It's G. Bush telling you that.
Yeah. A, you're right. B, in the big picture with Shedeur, I don't think he's earned the right or showed enough to be QB1 next year by default, but he's certainly played well enough to have a chance to compete for that QB1 spot. And for all the people out there that want to see Shedeur have a chance to compete for a starting job from the get-go in the NFL, is there going to be a more wide-open quarterback battle, assuming the Browns don't trade up and draft a quarterback, than whatever Cleveland's going to have next year, whether it's between Deshaun Watson, Shedeur, Dylan Gabriel again, or they get some sort of mid-tier veteran, Mac Jones, for example. It's going to be, hopefully, and I don't want to say an open competition because we use that word, or Kevin Stefanski used that word this summer, and we know there was nothing real about the competition Kevin Stefanski held between the quarterbacks this time around. But if a new coach comes in, G, to your point, and to Earl's point, they're going to have to make their own evaluations of these guys. There's no preconceived notions of what a guy can and can't do, because Kevin Stefanski was around some of these guys previously. And this new coach, whoever it is, assuming the Browns make the change, will be coming in and getting their first up-close and personal look at all those guys, unless it's Bill O'Brien or somebody who's worked with Sean Watson before. But this might be, and actually, I don't even think might, this probably is Cleveland despite the fact that they haven't had a quarterback in 50 years, it feels like, the best chance for Shedeur to carve away and play into a starting role next year. Believe it or not. I don't think he's earned the default QB1 next year, but I do think he's played well enough and shown enough to at least be in the conversation to compete for it.
I'm excited because I frankly think that this offense is bad. I think the receivers are bad. I think the offensive line is bad. I think you don't have weapons. I don't like the system. I do not like the philosophy. And I want a dude at coordinator. Give me an innovator. Give me somebody who got something. And here's the crazy thing about it. We're going to find out very quickly two things. If Deshaun Watson is really washed,
or just kind of washed,
or is Shedeur Sanders really him? Because you're going to get one or, hey, Earl, you're going to get one or the other. Because let me tell you something. Deal with it, folks. They're going to be in that backfield next year. Let me tell you that right now. And by the way, listen, I don't know why y'all mad. Why y'all mad at Dylan Gabriel? Mike, why is your people's talking about getting rid of Dylan Gabriel? I thought he was, listen, it's the third round pick, bro. Why would they not put him back in the joint? Why he ain't good enough to be a third round pick?
Are you asking
I don't
me?
think the Cleveland Browns are not in a salary cap situation to where you can just move on from two quarterbacks that's on a rookie contract right now. These is the breaks. This is the situation. And to Mike and G's point, I think we all kind of see this the same way. The one constant that is going to be a constant next year is Deshaun Watson. Why? Because if Jimmy Haslam has not shown us anything else, he has shown us he is going to see that investment through, whether we like it or not. He looking at it like, man, I paid you $230 million. I don't give a damn if it's the last year of your contract. You're going to go out here and you're going to at least try to give me something. I need to at least see something on that. And so I think he's going to be here. And Shedeur Sanders, we all agree, has done enough to earn the opportunity to compete, to be the Cleveland Browns starter in 2026. Dylan Gabriel, listen, by all accounts, people say he's a very, very intelligent quarterback. He's a guy that, could be a good long-term backup. So we still believe that about Dylan Gabriel. If they still believe that about Dylan Gabriel, should I say, it doesn't make sense to move on from a guy that you're not looking at to be your starter, one. And two, you getting on a rookie salary scale right now. So I don't really see I really don't see what the fuss is about. It's not like he's going to be in play to be the starting quarterback.
Listen, I think when you talk about has he done it enough, you got to think about it like this too. Whoever they bring in here will make their own evaluation, right? But I will say, you have to give the young dude credit. I'll give him credit for this. He came in here, and we said it. If Shedeur Sanders don't want them to draft the quarterback, what should he do? Win the last two games.
Win some games and take him out of the clock and draft him.
And guess what? He put some people in a pinch. What is the draft looking like, McNuggets? I know. Did you see the Texans game? Like somebody is mad over that spread. Somebody lost a boatload.
By the way, do you know who scored that last touchdown?
Tommy Togiai.
Yep. Who, by the way, has had an awesome season.
Listen,
awesome season in Houston.
I know we all been watching the Texans, man. First of all, the Texans defense is crazy. And
that's the best defense.
It was about 5 or 6 games ago, and I'm just watching Togiai making plays left and right in the middle. It's funny because there was another Browns defensive tackle that was making plays 2 weeks ago, Jordan Elliott for the 49ers.
Yeah. I mean, and listen, the Browns have done well at defensive tackle. Like, they've been able to replace those guys, but they certainly did not get the same production out of Togiai. And Jordan Elliott, his last year, his first with Schwartz, was much better than previous. But let's get some super chats, guys, and get out of here. We got
All right, y'all know what we finna do.
Can you tell me really quickly where are the Browns still in the same position, or what are they?
So with the win, they can't drop lower than 7. So they're either going to be 6 or 7, depending on Washington's result. And I don't think Washington has played yet today, have they?
They 6. No, I don't think so. They 6.
Hey, Mike, last thing, because we all got other stuff to do. I just want to put this out here now because I don't know. He's now put himself in a position to where he got choices, man. But shout out to Devin Bush for the last 2 years. In Cleveland, revitalizing his career. A lot of people know this is a former Michigan Wolverine who was the first round draft pick, who never really lived up to the potential when he was in Pittsburgh. I think he had another stop elsewhere, but
Seattle.
Like this dude, ever since he's been wearing brown and orange, has done nothing but make plays after play after play. He had 2 touchdowns this year, and that's more than a lot of people that play on the offensive side of the ball. I would love to see him back in Cleveland next year, but he has put himself in a position to where he can really go out here on the free agency market and make some real money. So shout out to you, number 30, man, because you did your thing. You kept your nose clean. You kept your head down. You stayed quiet, and all you came here to do was ball.
We need him back.
By the way, Devin Bush had as many touchdowns this year as Cedric Tillman. Devin Bush had as many touchdowns this year as Jerry Duty did. I got to tweet that out. Hold on. That's a great stat. Earl, great stat. Great fun.
Do not CC me in this, please.
Devin Bush had as many touchdowns as Jerry Jeudy did this season. Great extension, AB. All right, you ready for Super Chats?
Let's do it.
All right.
By the way, Earl, that's a fantastic find. That's a great find. 2 touchdowns.
Y'all know what we do. Y'all know how we get down. And y'all know how we do this thing every freaking weekend after we get through with G. Bush and them boys over there at UCSS. But we cannot do this thing. We cannot start this thing. We cannot do none of this thing without giving a special shout out to the beautiful ladies of the CU Aunties, because you know they are always in the chat or in the comment section. They in there now. So if you see what in the chat or the comment section, make sure you say what's up and always be respectful. Do not disrespect the CU Aunties, or we gonna have to get at you. Do you know what time it is? The Cleveland Browns beat the Cincinnati Bengals 20-18 on a Shedeur Sanders last-minute drive to drive the team downfield about 40, 50 yards to win the game on a field goal. That last-minute drive that we've been waiting on all season, Shedeur Sanders finally pulls it off to win 3 out of the 7 games that he's played this season, making him the winningest quarterback in the Browns quarterback room this season. Dylan Gabriel won 1 game. Joe Flacco won 1 game. Shedeur Sanders has won 3 games in his 7 starts to give the Cleveland Browns a 5-12 season, and to also help them move up in the draft, well, down to about the 6th or the 7th spot. But to talk about this game is head scratching, to say the least. For one, the offensive line is horrible. The receivers are horrible. The whole entire first half, Shedeur, the line, the receivers, the running backs, bad. Everybody played bad. Shedeur made some bad decisions. He gave up that fumble because he was running without the ball being tucked into a crowded offensive line. But yet and still, second half, they hung on. You can't be mad at Shedeur Sanders. He played a bad half of football. But in the second half, he redeemed himself. That offensive line is horrible. You cannot play a good football game with that offensive line. And before we move any further, big shout out to Myles Garrett for getting his 23rd sack of the season and becoming the all-time leader, the single season leader in sacks with 23 sacks. The team celebrated Myles Sanders, celebrated him, carried him off the field to celebrate that man for finally being able to get that season in his sack. And you can't say that Myles Garrett didn't earn it. You can't say it took him 17 games to earn it, because teams have schemed and schemed and schemed in the last 4 to 5 games to make sure that Myles Garrett didn't get that sack record. Teams have went above and beyond to keep Myles Garrett from getting that sack record. The Buffalo Bills, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and everybody else put their whole game plan on hold to make sure Myles Garrett did not get that sack record. But yet and still today, Joe Burrow folded up like a teacup, and Myles Garrett got his 23rd sack of the season. Cleveland Browns should fire Kevin Stefanski. His playbook is bad. Those plays are bad. And his coaching is bad. The Browns were getting ready to get a delay of game. Crossed the 50. And once again, Kevin Stefanski did not call a timeout. On a 3rd and 1, once again, Kevin Stefanski did not call the timeout to put his team in better advantage while they're driving the ball. Shedeur Sanders in the second half played a lot better than he did in the first half. Shedeur Sanders ended this game with 100. Shedeur Sanders ended this game with 111 pass yards, 11 to 22, 50% on passing, while Joe Burrow had 236, 29 of 39 with 3 touchdowns and a pick. Dylan Sampson had 10 carries, 10 for 32 yards. Myles Garrett had the only sack of the game. Devin Bush led the team in tackles with 14 tackles, 6 solo, and Devin Bush had a pick 6. All in all, Cleveland had 200 total yards of offense. The Cincinnati Bengals beat them to sleep in every freaking step of this game. Offensively, they were better. But that defense today showed out. As far as Shedeur as a player, he didn't play out. As far as the offense was horrible. The offense was really good. And Kevin Stefanski should not be able to retain his job for that fact and that fact only. The Cleveland Browns was bad. And they won the game. So all in all, good day. Shedeur did enough to, I don't know if they're going to give him the job next year, but he sure has done enough to be able to compete for the job next year between himself and Deshaun Watson. We know that for a fact. So, with that being said, we're going to get out of here because my computer or my camera is acting up, and I don't know why. Maybe it's my Elgato, but something is acting crazy. Everybody that came out to the stream, I appreciate all of y'all. It has been a treat to do this every Sunday, but now, during the week, the lunch table returns. So make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn your post notification bell on so you know when we going live and dropping this heat. We're going to do some more stuff with G. Bush as we were doing last season before the season started. So y'all get ready. It's going to get wild, and it's going to get crazy. Shedeur Sanders gets a win today, 22-18 versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Has a game-winning drive to kick a field goal to take the lead as time expires. Defense did their job today. Congratulations to Myles Garrett on that sack record today. Kevin Stefanski should be fired today. They need a new offense, a new spirit, and an entire offensive line, a bunch of new receivers. This team is bad. They need a lot of help, and I don't know how they get it. But whatever they do, they got 11 draft picks, and 6 of them need to go to offensive linemen. Probably 7, and the rest need to go to receivers because this ain't it. I don't care who was playing quarterback today. You wouldn't have been able to throw the ball because them linemen was sitting in Shedeur's lap. He couldn't even hand the ball off without a defensive lineman in the backfield. But anyway, man, we going to get out of here. I'm going to holler at y'all. Put y'all 12s in the chat. Make sure you got your notifications turned on. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you're a member, we appreciate you. We got a lot of stuff that's going to pop off for members during this off season. So if you're not a member, you might want to do that because it's going to go down. I appreciate everybody. The lunch table is going on through the week. Live streams during the midday. So y'all get ready. See y'all in a day or so. I'm out of here. Peace out.